Hi, this is Miss Landis here. Today we're going to generate equivalent fractions using area models and multiplication. This video goes along with Topic 8, Lesson 1 from Envision's Math. In order to generate equivalent fractions, we first need some fraction vocabulary. In understanding fractions, we need to know which number is the numerator, the number on top, and the denominator, the number on the bottom. An easy way to remember is N stands for numerator, but it could also stand for north. So the numerator needs to go north, or on top of the fraction bar. D stands for denominator. The denominator needs to go down below the fraction bar. So N for north, D for down. We can remember numerator and denominator that way. Let's look at an example problem. Use the model to help write a fraction equivalent to 2/6. In looking at this example, we can clearly see 2/6 represented by the area model. There are 6 parts, and 2 of them are shaded. In order to use the area model to generate an equivalent fraction, we could evenly cut the area model to have more equal pieces. So I could slice it in half and draw a line down the middle. And now instead of having 6 equal parts, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I have 12 parts, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are filled in. So I know that 2/6 is equivalent to 4/12. Another way to show equivalence in fractions is to use multiplication. So if we were finding an equivalent fraction to 3/4, I could multiply. And to use multiplication, you have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So if we were finding an equivalent fraction for 3/4, I could multiply them by the same number, and I'll choose 2 because 2 is easy to multiply with. So if I multiply 3 times 2 and 4 times 2, I will come up with an equivalent fraction. So I know that 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 2 is 8. So 3/4 is equivalent to 6/8. Let's try another example. One-third. If I were finding an equivalent fraction to 1/3, I could use multiplication. I could multiply that 1/3 by the same number on the top and bottom in order to generate an equivalent fraction. So I'll choose 3. 1 times 3 equals 3, and 3 times 3 equals 9. So I know that 1/3 is equivalent to 3/9. Now, in looking at other examples, sometimes you'll need to find a missing piece. So if we had a fraction like 4/8 is equivalent to 1/something, we need to figure out what that missing piece would be. And sometimes you can use the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. So if I needed to know what 4/8 is equivalent to with a 1 on top as the numerator, what would go down below? Well, what can I multiply times 1 to give me 4? Or I can divide. 4 divided by what number gives me 1? Well, I know that 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Now I can divide 8 by 4. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So our missing piece here is a 2. 4/8 is equivalent to 1/2. There are many ways that you can generate equivalent fractions. Area models, multiplication, and division as the inverse operation. You can also generate equivalent fractions on a number line, and that will be coming in our next video. So I hope this video was helpful to you in figuring out how to generate or create equivalent fractions. Look for our next video coming soon to show you fractions on a number line. Have a good day.